What men want during oral S but will never tell you. Enthusiasm. Pretend it's the last popsicle in heck. The demons watched her work the ice she gripped and sucked, and once or twice she licked the tip alone instead. And closed her eyes. "Goddamn," they said. "Whoa, ultra fresh sprog. Nice." Eye contact and enthusiasm. We want you to be there not because it's our birthday. My biggest complaint lately has been my wife is willing but not eager. I'm not sure how to fix that. I still feel like you have to communicate. I understand that forced enjoyment isn't really enjoyment. So I'd say something like, please just once without telling me. Just greet me at the door with a kiss and start yanking my pants down. And tell me how bad you want it in your mouth. And just start sucking. Most women are planners, and if you have a good relationship she'll think of a date without telling you and surprise you. Great idea. Just need to find a time when our 5 kids aren't home. I want her to want to do it. Please don't make me beg or ask. Edit. My most upvoted comment by a landslide is about blowjobs. Thanks Reddit. Bingo. I get communicating with your so when it comes to sual needs. But some things are seriously ruined when you have to ask for it. If I have to request you wear sigh lingerie, oral action, or you to do any nasty sh, it takes the funcy right out of it. What's hotter, running your hand up her dress and discovering she hasn't got any underwear on, or baby will you please not wear panties with the dress today? I once showed up at my BF's poker game because I wanted attention. I dressed normally in a not interesting dress, but I didn't wear underwear. He came over for a hug and a quick grab and realized I was going commando. Then he all of a sudden said to his friends, I gotta go, guys, and then we left. That was a fun night. Darn, in the middle of the poker game? He must have been up. Slow and dirty. Act like you are sucking it for your benefit, not his. This can be a fake it till you make it situation for the giver, but once you actually start doing it for your own pleasure, it's better for both. Gentle wet glide of the tip over the giver's lips is sensual and feels great to the giver. Lips and dick are both erogenous zones. Or, sucking with particular attention to the frenulum elicits a particular moan from him. That moan sends a jolt straight to the giver's nipples or clit. There are so many scenarios to get to a place of pleasure for both. That being said, feedback from the receiver is very helpful here. See moans or quiet yes. This guy knows his S. I'm over here with a F in notepad and pencil, dog. Rub your hands lightly all over my body. I do this to my BF. I also rub his inner thighs lightly before I kiss them, but I think he finds it strange. Is that weird, lol? Giving affection to your partner isn't weird, but everyone has their own things they're into and not into. True. Many guys love women to lick their balls and suck them, and I really dislike women touching my balls. Had a girl once who was enthusiastic about blowjobs, but the SKS weren't quite there. I used to let her do her thing and then let's just have S. She eventually picked up on it, and bless her, off her own back she did research. The difference in the space of a few weeks was mind-blowing. So I guess I'd say just general SKS are good. Enthusiasm is good. But the two together are out of this world. Can you ask her where she got her research? I've had lots of girls ask me how to blow me better, but I honestly don't know what specific things to tell them. Enthusiasm is obviously a big one, but there is technique involved as well, and I don't know what to tell them to do. Call her daddy. It's a podcast. Their episode on the Gluck Gluck 9000 is priceless. LOL, yeah, it's a funny pod. Link to the clip on it. Her to flip over and sit in my face. But what if I ask ou faut que you? Air is for cowards. All my homies dislike air. Me. A straight 35 years. Oh. Male just reading through blowjob tips at 11 am. By this time everything has been said. I scrolled through the whole darn thing looking for stick a finger in my butt. My hubby gets the most intense orgasms when I add a finger to his butt. He is straight BTW. Also, sucking on his balls one ball at a time, while working his shaft. Instant moaning. Speaking of moaning, if the oral giver moan, especially while taking him deep, it sends vibrations all the way down his cock. Makes him moan and gasp. Sucking on the tip and running your tongue around the tip. Sucking the top and using your hand to work his shaft. Take him deep and move that tongue on his shaft while he is deep in your mouth. Keep him as deep as you can for as long as you can. Practice setting off your gag reflex so that you can gag with his shaft deep in you, and not throw up. Suck as you are going up and down. Cupping or fondling his balls is nice too. Besides the pleasure it brings him, playing with his balls will help you know when he is going to come. If the moaning and gasping is not a clue already, play with his nipples. A blowjob shouldn't be just relegated to below the belt. I also like to watch a man work himself. It teaches me what he likes most. Be enthusiastic. Also, sucking cock makes my mouth water and turns me on doing it. I use that moisture. No one wants a dry salivaless BJ. Spit is an excellent lubricant. They also sell lubricants that are tasty or at least don't taste bad. Helps with the gliding of hand and mouth. I am not satisfied with my oral performance until I am a snotty mess with crying eyes from setting off my gag reflex. Don't care what you look like. Looking in his eyes while his cock is in my mouth with tears running down my face from my gag reflex going off several times while he is deep in my throat. Is hot and gorgeous to him. This is not about how you think you look. This is all about him. Ah, good morning to you too. For you to actually want to do it. If you're just doing it as a favor, don't bother. Edit. This is more so in the context of relationships. You should never do things you don't like to do in order to impress someone early on. You're basically lying to your partner and they are going to effing resent you when you stop showing enthusiasm for this thing you supposedly like to do or just stop doing it completely. I mean, I'm not gonna turn down a pity BJ, but definitely much better if she's into it. I received a courtesy hand job once from my then girlfriend. It was the worst thing I've experienced, Sully. Literally moment for moment exactly like the Louis C.K. bit on the saddest hand job. In hindsight I would have been better off just going to sleep. Skylar White. Wow, Bob sure wish you were a girl. With a name like Bob, it's what he was born to do. That's why I made a career out of it. Imagine a hungry pit bull and a bowl of wet dog food. That's sort of enthusiasm. That's more akin to the correct mod for eating a. Another guy in this thread hit the nail on the head with the pretend it's the last popsicle in heck line. He didn't say it was the mod. He spoke of the enthusiasm. And that part is spot on. They both are. A lot of women treat the male reproductive organ like it's made of glass and might break. Grab it. Woman 4 been doing it for years, trust me. Someone hasn't gotten the death grip hand job before, lol. I've met more than a couple women who think tighter they squeeze and the harder they slam their hand down the better it feels. On a dry hand job. I have. However, too many women lollipop the dick and tend to be too careful. There's a nice balance. I've also been with some who don't like doing it. Honestly. Just be honest. It's all good. Not for everyone. Actually apply sucking pressure, don't just let it slide in and out of your mouth. Suck on it. Lots of people are different, so for anyone taking notes, some of us prefer the reverse of this. Aggressive sucking pressure causes me pain while a more gentle slide feels incredible. Seconded. I've had girls that made it feel like they were trying to pull it off my body with just their mouth. Dulled sensitivity and a little pain. I like a nice slow soft start, and a little more intensity at the end to push me over the finish line. Exactly. Please don't try to suck the chrome off a trailer hitch with me. More than once every few years. I feel this response so much. I got my first BJ in so long a few weeks ago. I honestly can't remember when the last time I had one. Have been married 15 years, and I bet I could count the number of BJs I've had on one hand without a thumb. Do you give her oral? If so and she doesn't reciprocate, that's pretty sad. Oral is a key part of foreplay for my boyfriend and I, so we both do it basically every single time before we have S. Nope. It's a race to finish. I always finish first and say winner winner chicken dinner and roll over and go to sleep, but I always hear this odd buzzing noise as I fall to sleep. Not a man, but as someone who's blown literally thousands of dicks, I have a tip someone once told me that I'll never forget. The more spit the better. Don't swallow your spit down. Use it as lube. The sloppier the better. Ever since then my head game improved immensely. Also, just a personal gripe. Stop pecking it with little baby bird kisses and languidly stroking it with 2 fingers and a limp wrist. Put it in your mouth. Just put it in your mouth. A dry, limp hand job with some kisses does not a blowjob make. Literally thousands? Literally? Thousands? How? I am a S-worker. I've probably slept with almost 2,000 men in my 10-year career. Definitely over 1,000. Thanks. The context helps. I will adhere to your expertise on this matter. Y'all getting blowjobs? Darn. I got one once. Was the winter of '06. Never again did we see one like it. Don't neglect the balls. Definitely depends on the dude. Some you touch M and you'll be lucky if he doesn't lose the election, definitely will affect the mood. Others you just sent them to space for a few minutes. This is not the all men love advice. Lose the election may be my favorite typo this year. That's how Trump knows it's rigged, because of the way Giuliani tended to his balls. That's all the evidence I'll ever need. We don't want a hand job with some mouth action. We want your mouth and tongue and want it deep. I like a hand on my dick at all times during a blowjob. However, I like the mouth on my dick at all times during a blowjob as well. I hooked up with one girl that would jerk me off for a second, dry, lick the tip, and then try to dirty talk to me. She didn't even multitask the talking and the jerking. I actually went soft. And she was like, ooh, what's going on? And I was like, just put it in your mouth. Not much more happened. The S itself was surprisingly great though. I'd cow someone can be so good at writing yet so bad at sucking dick. One is for her and one is for you. Joke's on her. They're both for me. Eye contact. I'm not gonna lie, I do have some aversion to making eye contact in Geralt, not just in bed. But if I'm doing it, I just get so focused I'm not looking at anything else. Oh man, I thought I was the only one. I can't do eye contact when speaking to someone, but able to do it when listening. I swear I try a haha, but I probably look at people with crazy eyes. For me, it's more about if it seems like she likes it. Like if she is trying to extract my cum like a witch for a ritual that needs to take place tonight for her to live. That would be ideal. Just soft, smooth, eager, with an occasional super hard suck. Also, if men had a clitoris, it would be the upside down V on the underside of the head of the male reproductive organ. Just treat that area the same way you like your clitoris treated in violas. Orgasm. Just ordered a pointy hat off Amazon. Don't only use your mouth. Some of us need a hand involved. Just like a clitoris, rhythm is important. Don't go switching the speeds all over the place unless you're enjoying the tease and delaying orgasm. And don't be scared to tickle the spot between the butthole and the balls. If you're brave and he's into it, a finger in the wrinkled penny feels pretty effing great during a blowjob. Makes the orgasm more intense. Username checks out. No elbows on our thighs. They're pointy and they hurt. Don't be grossed out when she suddenly has back muscles because she has to rest her arms in a difficult position, and don't be mad when she switches positions constantly from her arms being tired. This, giving a BJ while having nothing to hold yourself up or rest on, is so difficult. It gets painful after a few minutes. Just use your tongue like we do when we eat you. Aimlessly and for a very short time? Dave Attell, I'm like a deer drinking from a stream during hunting season. Lower. Keep going. Lil lower. There you go. Sir, we have. Gone lower. And we're at the $1 Get tips from gay guys, honestly Lamau. A man knows what a man wants. Rub my dick all over your face. Literally stick it in your eye socket. Slap it against your head. I just laughed so hard at the eye socket part, ha. We do tell you, just listen to us sometimes. Do you like it slower or faster? Yes. Not about oral S specifically, but I want to be loved on. A few minutes touching and kissing my body might make me cry, but in a good way. Aw. I want them to sing the top 10 Mongolian throat singing hits from the 90s. Never thought to add blowjob from the Who to my bucket list. Thank you for that, XD. Let me do the work sometimes. More spit, more sounds, slurping, sucking, humming. Eye contact is big too. So you want to make more slurping sounds yourself. Interesting. That slurp feels slurp so slurp good. Slurp 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 udaigon. After ejaculating once again, start sucking. The best mod ever. Nya, that's almost painful to me. I get so sensitive rigor after coming. Letting me cum in your mouth. Keep sucking for a solid 1020 seconds during after I come. Makes me go absolutely insane. As the girl voice here, I actually get off giving head but dislike that pushy head grabby stuff. I'll gag myself on it, but this botch's asthma and allergies don't cut off my air supply. So enthusiasm yes, but also, tip for the ladies, if you are a talker during oral, choose words carefully. Coming up for air and saying I love your big dick, well, just like for we all know ours isn't big but it's nice to hear. Sounds way better than yours is the biggest dick I ever had. Unless it's true, but suppose Therese no way to verify that. As a woman, I love sucking cock, especially when my partner is soft. I love feeling it grow and get hard and heavy on my tongue. That SHS a turn on. At that point, I don't even care what he's thinking. It's my dick and I'm going to suck it how I want. Winner. Don't just focus on the head. Overstimulation freaking hurts. Agree to disagree on that one. Swallow. Nor. Eye contact, sound, focus, and most importantly find the groove. He'll tell you when you do, and stay in that spot till he finishes. If you keep switching spots and angles and focus points, it's going to take forever and your mouth is going to get tired. Switching spots and angles means we're already tired lol. It ain't easy. Yeah, this whole thread is kind of depressing tbh. It reads like anything the woman might do to make it more enjoyable is not doing it right. Then while you're giving uncomfortable head, then also act like it's the best thing ever. So much work. More spit, always more spit. This makes or breaks good fellatio. It provides the lubrication, heightens the sensations, provides a soundtrack, and lets me know you care. A few things. Anything beyond the head is just for show. Unless your mouth can produce enough suction to create a similar level of stimulation as a female reproductive organ or a hand. Or just focus on the head. Unless he likes the show, then we'll dislike ver. The frenulum is the banjo string that connects the underside of the head to the foreskin. Circumcised guys have one too, it's just less sensitive. The frenulum is the most sensitive part of the male reproductive organ. If you just gently lick up and down along the frenulum, you wouldn't even have to put his dick in your mouth and he will come. Knowing that, it doesn't mean men don't want you to put their dick in your mouth. But most women don't really know what to do with their tongue while giving a blowjob. Often they lick the shaft, does nothing. If you want to include the shaft, the best way is to just use your hands. Lick the balls, does even less. Or swirl their tongue on the head, better than nothing but may. You want to massage the head down to the crown with your lips. Suction can vary depending on preference, while your tongue rests along the underside of the head, along the frenulum. Along with the movement of your mouth, gently rub your tongue along the frenulum. Done. More pleasure for him. Less strain on the jaw for you. Again, there is nothing inherently wrong with licking his shaft or balls. But know that 99% of the time, it's just for show, even though he might like that show. Finally, enthusiasm. In my experience, most people enjoy pleasing their partner. But some people are disgusted by giving oral, justified if hygiene is an issue. Other people find it humiliating or degrading. That's something these people have to get over, or else they will never enjoy giving and their partner will not enjoy receiving as much. But expressing your desire to give him pleasure and to see him in pleasure is good. Not everyone has the high energy, enthusiastic personality you might see in P, but you don't need it. Expressing your interest in his pleasure by asking if what you're doing feels good for him is an easy way to start. Show him that in this moment, both of you have the same desire, to make him feel good. That's all you really need. Good luck in your dick-sucking journey, friend. Had to scroll way too far for a mention of frenulum play, which is pretty wild to me. Fellas, make friends with your frenny and your lives will improve immensely. Your PSY in my mouth, and I will 100% tell you. But please don't let it keep you from what you were doing. Finger. Butthole. I know. But it is what it is. Please ask first. No idea how I'd react if you just went for it without warning me. You'd blow intensely, then sit there with some post-nut clarity questioning a lot of things. This is true. Reading through this thread, am I the only one who wants a finger in my A during blowjobs? You're just the only one brave enough to admit it. Keep going while after come until we beg for you to stop. Also be gentle but intense. Enthusiasm. Eye contact. Compliments. In that order of importance. Obviously I mean compliments about that dick. Not your t-shirt is so cool. We'll gratefully accept that too though, haha. Let him know how much you like that dick. Obviously though, don't exaggerate the compliments. Don't call it huge if it isn't, for example, especially if it's on the smaller side. Slurp slurp, ah, your hair is really nice today. Baby, did you get it cut today? Gag, I really like it like this. APSY in my face. 69. Cup the balls and also massage the perineum prostate. Feels effing incredible. Scrolled way too far to see this. Oral S with prostate massage is amazing. External feels good. Internal feels great. Combined with eye contact, sounds and enthusiasm, this is the perfect recipe for a very generous and powerful orgasm. Different strokes for different folks. There's no magic technique, communication is needed on both sides. All the men saying they want enthusiasm should take a moment to realize that choking yourself with someone else's genitals for 520 minutes isn't always fun. Especially if IQ have neck problems or TMJ or headaches. I get it, you want someone to want to blow you, completely understood, but like still we are essentially playing chicken with puke, so please be understanding. And come. For God's sake come. Deadass got TMJ sucking dick last night, the pain is real.